How was your day today? Did anything, even something tiny, lift your mood a little? And if your day felt heavy or slow, maybe you just needed a gentle reminder that you matter far more than you realize. I'm sitting here with a warm cup of tea, thinking about how often we talk about investing. We invest in clothes, in gadgets, in our rooms and our routines. But how often do we invest in ourselves? When most people hear the word investment, they instantly think of money. But what if the most powerful investment has nothing to do with money at all? What if it's really about how much time, energy, and belief you pour into your own growth? Investing in yourself is choosing to grow even when nobody else sees the effort. It's picking up that book that stretches your thinking. It's showing up for your goals long before any results appear. It's giving your body rest when it asks for it because you understand that your health is part of your success. We live in a world obsessed with fast progress. You scroll online and everyone seems to have their life perfectly figured out. The success, the confidence, the balance. But what we don't witness are the quiet investments behind that. The early mornings, the learning, the reflection, the courage to keep moving even on the slow days. Every skill you gain, every bit of peace you create, every piece of confidence you build, it all comes from small daily deposits of effort. Think about it. When you spend an hour scrolling, the time disappears. But when you spend an hour learning, practicing, or caring for your mind, it doesn't fade, it multiplies. It grows with you. It stays inside you like seeds planted beneath the soil. You can't see the change immediately, but one day you look back and there's a whole garden where there used to be nothing. Sometimes investing in yourself feels slow. You might ask yourself, is any of this even working? But trust me, it is. Every tiny action is shaping the person you're becoming. So maybe today, start with something simple. Read a few pages. Stretch for 10 minutes. Listen to something inspiring. Your time is limited, but your growth isn't. Don't wait for someone else to declare you worthy of investment. You already are. Pause for a moment and let this settle in. You are your most valuable asset. When you take care of your mind, your heart, your energy, everything around you shifts. People notice your strength instead of your doubt. Opportunities start appearing because you prepared for them. Life stops feeling like a race and starts feeling like a journey you're finally ready to enjoy. So let this be your reminder today. Use your time wisely. Choose things that make you stronger, kinder, wiser. The world doesn't become better when you burn out. It becomes better when you grow. You're not something broken that needs fixing. You're someone worth nurturing. I wish someone had told me that years ago. Self-improvement isn't about becoming a perfect version of yourself. It's about growing with patience and kindness and time. When we think of self-investment, we often imagine a checklist: wake up early, read more, work out, study, meditate, be positive. It sounds motivating, but sometimes it starts to feel like pressure, like we're always behind in our own life. Maybe you've felt that too, that quiet stress of not being enough yet. But here's something softer to remember. A garden doesn't bloom because someone yells at it to grow faster. It blooms because it receives light, water, and rest. You need those things too. Growth isn't punishment, it's a natural rhythm. I once knew a woman who wrote an intense self-improvement plan every new year. She filled notebooks with goals: wake up earlier, learn 2 languages, lose weight, start a business. But every December, she felt disappointed, not because she was lazy, but because she treated herself like a machine instead of a human. Then one year she replaced just one word. Instead of improve, she wrote nurture. She began watering her balcony plants, taking walks without her phone, cooking something healthy once a week. And slowly she changed. She stopped chasing results and started building roots. You could see her peace on her face. Maybe that's what you need too. Not more goals, but more gentleness. Not a stricter plan, just a kinder way of growing. Think of your life like a garden with seasons. Sometimes it's spring, ideas bloom, energy flows. Sometimes it's summer, you're busy maintaining what you've built. Then autumn arrives, helping you release what no longer supports you. And winter, quiet, slow, but essential, that's when your roots strengthen the most. Don't rush. Good things take roots first. When you feel stuck, remember, even when a seed is hidden underground, it's still growing. You might not see change on the surface, but your mind is learning, healing, preparing. Self-investment doesn't always look dramatic. It might look like reading before bed, cleaning your space, forgiving yourself for yesterday. These tiny actions are drops of water, and your inner garden notices. Take care of your soil. Guard your peace. Surround yourself with people who feel like sunlight. Feed your curiosity. That's how your mind blossoms. And rest. Even gardens rest after rain. You are not a project. You are a living story unfolding slowly. Your progress might be quiet, but it's real. And one day, you'll look around and realize the garden you've been growing is you. When people hear self-care, they imagine candles, warm baths, maybe a weekend away. Those things are beautiful, but there's another kind of self-care that happens inside the mind. It's called learning. Learning is how you care for your future self. It's how you show love to the version of you who will exist tomorrow. Every time you choose to learn, even a tiny skill, you give yourself a gift no one can take away. You tell yourself, I believe in me. We spend so much time buying things that lose value. Clothes fade. Devices break. Decorations go out of style. But knowledge never loses value. It grows, connects, expands. There was a time when my own life felt uncertain. I doubted myself constantly. So I made one small decision. I signed up for a short online course. Nothing big, just photography, something I'd always enjoyed but never felt good enough to pursue. At first I wondered, how will this help me? But the more I learned, the more awake I felt. The world looked brighter because I was paying attention again. That's what learning does. It brings you back to curiosity. And curiosity is where healing begins. Maybe you're learning English with me right now on Hasib English Podcast. Maybe you're learning confidence, patience, or how to set boundaries. These are lessons too, lessons of the heart. Sometimes learning means unlearning, letting go of old beliefs about your worth. Maybe someone once made you feel small for not knowing enough. But no one starts as an expert. Every master was once a confused beginner. Feeling like a learner isn't weakness, it's evidence that you're alive. Some of the calmest people in the world aren't calm because they know everything. They're calm because they keep learning. Learning gives you a quiet confidence. It tells you that no matter what happens, you can adapt, you can begin again. So the next time you feel lost, don't try to solve everything. Just learn one small thing. Listen to a podcast. Watch a helpful video. Read a paragraph. Ask a question. The more you learn, the better you understand yourself, and the easier it becomes to care for your mind. Self-care isn't just comfort. It's growth. It's saying, I want my future self to have more peace than I have today. And right now, by listening, reflecting, opening your heart a little, you're already doing it. There was a time I didn't believe small decisions mattered. I thought real change needed something dramatic. A move, a new job, a big opportunity. But sometimes one small choice quietly rewrites your entire story. Years ago, I was teaching every day, giving my energy to everyone around me. From the outside, life looked fine. But inside, I felt drained, like every day was a copy of the last. I had stopped doing anything that nourished me. One evening, while cleaning my desk, I found an old notebook from university. Inside were notes about dreams I once had, places I wanted to explore, books I wanted to write, languages I wanted to learn. I sat there realizing how much of myself I'd put aside. So that night, I made a small promise, 1 hour every evening just for me. No work. No expectations. Just learning and creating again. At first it felt strange. I was used to giving, not receiving. But slowly, that 1 hour became the seed of change. I read more, wrote more, and eventually started recording small pieces of my thoughts, the very beginnings of what later became Hasib English Podcast. It wasn't a dramatic decision. It was simply permission to begin again. That's what self-investment is, allowing yourself to grow quietly, without waiting for approval. Maybe you're in that season right now, doing your best, carrying responsibilities, trying to keep everything together. And if you are, here's a gentle reminder: you don't need to transform your whole life overnight. You just need one small act of care. One honest choice. One promise to yourself. Maybe it's a short morning routine. Maybe it's a free online class. Maybe it's journaling your true feelings. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to belong to you. Over time, these tiny acts build something powerful: self-trust. You begin to feel, I can rely on myself. And that feeling changes everything. I once read about a man who decided to learn a new language at 60 just to challenge himself. People told him it was too late. But 5 years later, he was traveling, speaking confidently, and smiling, not because he proved others wrong, but because he proved something to himself. Growth doesn't care about age or starting point. It only cares that you start. Maybe you just needed someone to say, it's okay. It's okay to begin again. To pick up that book you abandoned. To take the first step toward a skill you admire in others. Because when you invest in yourself, even quietly, the world starts responding. People treat you differently because you treat you differently. Opportunities notice you because you finally notice yourself. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The best time to invest in yourself is always now. And maybe one day, just like me, you'll look back and realize that one small choice, one evening, one notebook, one whisper of, I deserve this, changed everything. Think of yourself like a home, not made of bricks, but built from thoughts, emotions, and habits. Every act of self-investment adds something solid to that home. The books you read become windows that let light in. The lessons you learn become the foundation beneath you. The moments you spend reflecting become soft places where your mind can rest. But like any home, your inner space needs care. You can't build it once and leave it. You return to it, strengthen it, clean it, protect it. There will be days when your inner home feels messy. When you doubt yourself. When your motivation disappears. That's okay. Every home has days like that. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. It's showing up for yourself again and again. Self-investment doesn't end when life gets hard. That's actually when it matters the most. When everything feels uncertain, your inner home becomes your shelter. The place where you remind yourself that you're still learning, still growing, still worthy. So how do you continue building this home? Start with awareness. Notice your thoughts. When your mind criticizes you, pause and ask, would I say this to someone I love? If not, soften your voice. Speak to yourself the way you'd speak to someone you want to protect. Then comes discipline, not as punishment, but as devotion. Discipline is how you keep your home warm. It's honoring your promises to yourself, even when it's not exciting. It's sitting down to learn even when progress feels slow. It's saying no to what drains you, even if it looks tempting. And don't forget gratitude. Gratitude is the decoration of your inner home. It turns ordinary days into reminders of how far you've come. Look around and whisper to yourself, I built this peace. Every effort you make, reading, resting, learning, forgiving, strengthens the walls inside you. And the stronger your inner home becomes, the easier it is to welcome whatever life brings. No one else can build this for you. People can inspire you, support you, and walk beside you. But only you can decide to keep growing. Maybe you're not where you want to be yet, but that doesn't mean you're lost. It means you're under construction, beautifully, patiently, intentionally. Take pride in that. You're building something more lasting than success or recognition. You're building yourself. And that is the most meaningful investment you will ever make. Take a deep breath with me. You've listened. You've reflected. You've given yourself this time. That itself is self-investment. Before you sleep tonight, think of one small way you can take care of your inner home tomorrow. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe writing a few lines in your journal. Maybe speaking to yourself kindly. Maybe stepping outside for a short walk and some fresh air. Remember, you're not behind. You're becoming. Every moment you spend learning, healing, trying again, it all counts. You don't need to rush. You just need to stay committed to your growth, your peace, your journey. Because the more you invest in yourself, the more life quietly mirrors that investment back to you, in calmer mornings, in stronger confidence, in softer joy. Have you ever had a moment when taking care of yourself changed everything? Share your story in the comments. I'd truly love to hear it.